these spaces stay up in the state that they are, they attract an element that you don't want in the community. It's not providing anything healthy. They're old buildings filled with chemicals that we don't need any more of that in these communities. So you can't go forward if you don't have the space to do some of that in. My name is Rushan Long, and I got started in community activism when I began to see how my community had been affected by blight. I attended Sherrill School from 1962 until 1963 or 64. This was the front entrance right at White's. That was the front door we entered into there. And so I went to Sherrill School from the 3rd grade until I graduated in the 6th grade. So you had the gym was on the back side because naturally you had a playground back there. Some of the best times I remember, we played kickball. You know, going out in the spring was a lot of fun, doing activities outside. I remember on the front of the school, past the entrance, we had the art class. I loved art also. Still can't draw that well, but I loved art. Some of the things I remember, maybe not all of the fun stuff. I remember getting out on my first word for the spelling bee in the 3rd grade, and that word was fruit. Fruit, I mixed up the U and the I. We had a bake sale one time. My father was a chef, so he made this beautiful coconut cake, and none of the teachers would taste it. And finally one of them said, why? She's like, ooh, that's a lot of calories. But before it was over, they let us cut it and all the kids ate it up. I really was invested in this because I grew up here and I want my grandchildren, they also are growing up in this community, to be able to have the kind of experience me and my husband had. We both went to Sherrill School. I had cousins that went to Sherrill School. So, you know, it's really more than a community, it's a family affair. A lot of the people that live directly around these schools, they are most affected. We all are affected because you ride by and you remember how wonderful it was, and now you see just an open shell with people going in, continuing this scrap in the middle of the night. It becomes dangerous to the people who live here. So, on top of it being old, although it's still beautiful to us, and it needed to come down because it's just not the funding there to remove all of those things in there, put a new roof on, it just wasn't available. So we need a new start.